Hello everyone, thank you for staying on track with me in the background sermon series. Today we are going to be in James 1, 5 through 8. So let's read it. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. So, this has direct application to us, but we also need to always understand the cultural background, what was going on at this time. So we need to remember that this section up here was about trials. So James is talking about counting it all joy for your trials. Well, this is the reason to count it all joy, because if you have wisdom, the correct type of wisdom, then you will know that your trials can actually grow your faith. They can make you wiser. They can give you more wisdom. Not earthly knowledge, but eternal wisdom. So count it all joy is directly related to 5 through 8 because you need the correct type of wisdom in order to grow your spirituality. I didn't get to as much time this week to study. Well, I got enough time to study, but not to draw the pictures as much, which is sad because I like drawing. And I wanted them to, help us all learn. Anyways, though, so wisdom, we need to have wisdom in our trials. We must understand that our trials produce wisdom if we ask for wisdom and if we look at our trials in the right way, just like we talked about in verses 1 through 4. This is something that, as I was studying, is common sense, but it's just so remarkable. So this little light bulb is going to represent earthly knowledge. Earthly knowledge is not equal to wisdom. And when I say that, everybody says, well, yeah, duh. Well, in one of the commentaries, which I never want to say that I learned I just bring everything out of my head. A lot of my stuff I bring from commentaries, and this commentary is Preaching the Word by Kent Hughes, and he used such a good application that we literally have found out how to move faster than sound itself. We can literally move faster than sound, but we're unwise. I mean, think about that. We can go to the moon. We can have technology that is literally out of this world, but we're unwise. Like literally, like less than, they're more unwise than children's and vacation Bible school and Sunday school. Think about that. It's sad. Like we can make cars that drive themselves, but we can't decide what a woman is. And this isn't I'm not trying to get into a political thing, but I mean, think about that. I mean, we know that the Bible talks about the end times is about a generation that's confused, and no matter how smart we are, wisdom and knowledge are just two completely different things. So I want you guys to think about that. I mean, it's amazing. So this is something that's also very tough, is people that are very smart, let's say doctors, lawyers, surgeons, whatever, they don't have the upper hand. They don't have the upper hand in wisdom. And the commentary gives good evidence that the people that actually have the upper hand are the people that are going through trials. So it doesn't have to do with IQ or intelligence. IQ, intelligence, knowledge never, ever equals wisdom. The people that have a step up on wisdom is people that are going through trials and understand that their trial produces wisdom. There's so many passages in the Bible that talk about how wisdom is just so much more precious than gold. Think about that. Wisdom is more precious than gold. And I was thinking about it today, not to go down a rabbit hole, but our whole society is about staying young, being young, looking young. And when you really talk to a truly wise Christian, someone that's studied the Bible their whole life, it's, in a sense, it's mesmerizing because of their wisdom in all the questions you ask, the wisdom that you just want to hear what they say because they've dedicated their life to Christ. And we know in the Bible it should actually be celebrated to have gray hair, to be old and be wise, because we don't view wisdom in the same way that the world does. The world uses the stolen word of wisdom that's from the Bible and only from the Bible. No one's wise who doesn't know their Bible. And this is what James was telling these Jewish Christians new to the faith, that they needed to have wisdom because they were going through horrific trials. We remember that their trials were so horrific that they could be compared to post-Holocaust Jews that went through the Holocaust. I mean, think about that. So this has application to us, but this they definitely would have needed wisdom as they were being dragged into court, and they had their homes taken away, and they were losing jobs, and they were losing family members, and they were being physically beaten. But this is just such a great passage that we need to have wisdom. We need to ask for wisdom. We remember that Solomon, he could have asked for anything, and he asked for wisdom, and God gave him everything. And that's how important wisdom is. We know if we truly want and need wisdom and we're faithful, all we have to do is ask for wisdom. We know the Bible speaks about that. Also in the verse down here, so it says, for that person must not suppose that, verse 6, but let him ask in faith without doubting. For the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. So this is just an unstable person in their faith. This is a person that is not, doesn't have Christ as number one. It is a wave. It is unstable. It is on the fence. It's someone that we do not want to be. Now this is talking about a saved person, but this isn't talking about a person that is going to have steadfastness in their faith. And this isn't to mean that I don't mess up, you don't mess up, but this is to mean that we need to keep things in perspective. We know the Bible talks about prayers of a righteous man are powerful. And maybe that, I mean, we know generally what that means, but I mean, the more righteous we live, then it seems like the more powerful our prayers will be, because God honors those who live righteously. So just such a great passage, and such applicable as we all go through trials. Let us just pray this week that we have wisdom in all of our trials, and we can have joy through that no matter how hard they are. I hope that you guys found this beneficial. I know I loved studying this week. I will try to do some better artwork in the future. You guys have a blessed rest of your night. All right, bye.